What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. 19-time Grand Slam winner Novak Djokovic is out of the fourth round, and not for the reason that you think, getting beat. He had the default as he hit a line judge in the throat with the ball after a game in the first set, down 6-5. Frustrated, Djokovic had hit a ball earlier real hard, but luckily it didn't hit nobody as he hit it toward the right side of the arena, and it didn't hit nobody. No fans there anyway. And the frustration was already building, and after going down 6-5 in the first set, he hit the ball, wasn't looking, hit the ball with moderate speed, and hit an older lady in the throat. She fell to the ground. He quickly ran over to her aid, and the other USTA officials, U.S. Open officials, ran over there to her aid. And after a few minutes, she was able to walk off under her own admission. Now, Djokovic then had to speak with the U.S. Open officials. He was speaking with two of them. And they spoke for I think this went on for about 10, 15 minutes of back and forth conversation between Djokovic and two U.S. Open officials. They finally said that he was going to have to default the match because you cannot hit a line judge with the ball. That's a chance you take. I see a lot of players, in tennis matches, out of anger, they'll hit the ball, in the air into the stand, into the crowd, and I'd be like, man, I hope that ball don't hit somebody. Somebody maybe not paying attention. You hitting the ball in the air, you hit somebody in the eye and possibly damage or orbital bone or whatever the case may be. But I see players do that all the time, and you see players banging their racket on the ground. You see players throwing their racket on the ground. You see players breaking their rackets with their thigh muscle in their leg. You see in a lot of those different situations, players going to get angry. They're out there competing at the highest level of tennis. You understand that, but you've got to be very careful when you're hitting the ball at the direction of line judges. You're thinking, you look up, you're thinking they're probably going to move, and you hit the ball, and they're not where you thought they were going to be, or where you anticipated they were going to be, and then you hit the lady in the throat, and now you're out of the tournament. He was a prohibitive favorite to win the U.S. Open. I don't know the last time they had a men's tournament where a guy was a more prohibitive favorite than Novak Djokovic, but he's out of the tournament. Now, we've had a lot of interesting situations that happened in U.S. Open over the last, 10 years? Serena Williams, she got into it with a female judge. She basically told her that if you see me, don't say nothing to me. And if you see me walking down the hall, don't say nothing to me. And got into it when she lost the matchup to a lady a few years ago. I can't remember the lady, but it was a top player in that U.S. Open Finals. And then we all know what happened in 2017, 2018, the year she played Naomi Osaka. She got into it with it was this time it was a male umpire. And the male umpire told Serena that, hey, it's a warning. You're speaking with you're making communications with your coach, and you can't do that from the stands and from the court to the stands. You can't make communications with your coach. And Serena swore up and down that she didn't make any kind of communications with the judge, with her coach. With her coach, she swore up and down that she didn't make any kind of communication with her coach. And her and the umpire was going back and forth throughout that matchup. She basically and then she had a call go against her way that she felt the umpire, he was holding that situation between her and previously the argument between her and her coach, saying that she had communicated with her coach. So she basically told the umpire that he's a cheater and a liar. Basically said a lie. You lied on me saying I communicated with my coach when I didn't do that, and now you taking this point away from me when that point should have been given to me. So you're a liar and a cheater. So that quickly went left quick, and Serena, even after she lost to Naomi Osaka, who was the better player on that particular day, it didn't matter about Serena getting into it with the umpire. Naomi Osaka clearly outplayed her, but after the match, she shook a Naomi Osaka hand, and she refused to shake the umpire hand, which is a tradition in all tennis matches. So that was an ugly scene too. And now here we go with the Novak Djokovic, guy that couldn't control his temper. Let the temper get the best of him. Hit the ball out of spite. Didn't think it was going to hit anybody in that direction. Hit the ball kind of low. He didn't hit it hard like he did previously early in that match. We hit the ball real hard. And luckily that didn't hit nobody. That didn't hit a cameraman or nobody that was nearby. But he kind of hit the ball behind him and then struck the lady in the throat. And that could have been serious. You could have, damaged her esophagus. You could have, actually broke her esophagus. And this could have turned into a real dangerous situation. And luckily, after a few minutes of medical attention, the lady was able to rise to her feet and walk off the court. But who knows, once she goes to see a doctor, what kind of damage is done to her throat. Hopefully it's not nothing serious. But again, the rules are the rules. Novak Djokovic broke the rules, and he's out of the tournament. Now it's wide open in the U.S. men's draw at the U.S. Open. We'll see who wins. I think Medvedev is probably the favorite. Thiem should be right there. He's got a tough matchup with the young Canadian. I like that young Canadian. I'm not going to really try to pronounce his name. It's a tough name. It's one of those hybrid names, but it starts with a Gilgis, I think his name is. He's a dark horse and my favorite to win the whole thing. So it should be very, very interesting to see how it all plays out at the 2020 U.S. Open. Let me know what you think about Novak Djokovic out of the U.S. Open. Had to default after hitting the line judge in the throat with the ball out of being upset and being mad and being angry, falling behind 6-5. Another thing in that matchup that probably had him a little bit off kilter too was, he jammed his shoulder. He got medical attention at 5-5. They tried to work on it. They worked on it. And in that 5-5 game, he clearly didn't want to really try to hit his backhand. So he was hitting nothing but forehand, and he tried a little backhand drop shot. He didn't really want to press the gas, so to speak, as far as hit a strong backhand. And they kind of let me know that his shoulder was kind of messed up. Maybe he would have been able to get that shoulder a little bit more looser, and maybe the adrenaline, he maybe could have persevered through, but he was clearly hampered by that jammed shoulder before all this took place. So Novak Djokovic was dealing with a lot of different things. Anger, not being healthy, and it all culminated in him hitting the linesman, a ball linesman in the throat, and had to default that matchup, and now he's out of the tournament. And his quest to win 20 Grand Slams and get closer to the GOAT, Roger Federer, who has 21. I think Roger Federer got 21 Grand Slam titles. Rafael Nadal has 20 Grand Slam titles. And Novak Djokovic has 19. So he had a chance to tie Rafa. And going into the French Open, where Rafa was going to play, they could have been battling and trying to tie the GOAT, Roger Federer, as an all-time Grand Slam leader. So that would have been very, very interesting, but that's not going to happen with him being defaulted out of the fourth round of the U.S. Open. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Novak Djokovic out of the U.S. Open. Let me know what you think and who you like to win the U.S. Open. It's wide open field now. Let me know who you think is going to end up winning this thing when it's all said and done. Let me know what you think and let me know your thoughts. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video content, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.